hasn't been any changes to the lineups, Mark. Do you know of any late changes?
No late changes at this stage.
No worries. Well, Darren, in between batters, I'm going to get you to go around the diamond, okay? You can, I'll get you warmed up with something nice and easy. That one goes behind Snowshall for a ball, and Nathan Scott is doing the catching. He has to go and fetch that one. He got up a bit gingerly there, didn't he?
Yeah. He's getting older. Bit slow on the uptake.
All right, I'm starting to get the gist of it here that you might actually not be taking these guys too seriously, Mark. Teasing him about his age, first batter.
I'll tease anyone that I can, I think, today.
Well, I would say he is actually a hillbillies master, so he makes a grade there.
Hoop by pitch ball, so we've got our first base runner of the game. And Raz, this gives us a perfect opportunity to take us around the diamond.
Perfect opportunity. So we've got Lachlan Biggs pitching. We've got Nathan Scott, which I haven't saw catch this year. Then we got Matt Barry, first base. Gavin Johnson at second. Jared Andrews, monkey, at shortstop.
Pick-off attempt. Matt Barry not on the base, but it's Nathan Scott keeping Snowshall honest over at first base. We'll go around the rest of the field in just a moment. This is Clayton Dodd up to bat. Dodd leaves that one through for a called strike. Another pick-off attempt.
Then we got Dylan Reid at third base.
And the outfield
Isaac
left to right.
Darlington, we've got at left field Chris Taylor centre and Jono Sayberg, yep.
Mark, you have to pick us up on any of the mispronunciations as Dodd swings and fouls that one off.
I was expecting the short play from Clayton this morning. He's been bunting all year.
Speedy runner at first as well, so, you know.
Just while the catch is going through some repairs and maintenance of the equipment, can you tell us who's umpiring today's game?
It's Cooper Shea behind the plate, Jordan Taylor at first base, and no one at third at the moment. Oh, there's a, here we go.
Long ball hit out to left field, one bounce, and it's well fielded by Darlington. Snowshall moves over to third, and it's a stand-up double to Clayton Dodd. So Tigers with two runners in scoring position in early days.
Nice piece there by Clayton.
Here we got Karen here. He's a pretty dangerous hitter as well. So
5 home runs for the season and 26 RBIs, so it's a perfect spot for him.
Gets after this one, has a look at it, it's high. Should score a run, the runner's tagging, takes off on the catch. Nice throw coming in from centre field. The cutoff decides to try to play third, but it is a sacrifice fly to Kieran Clayton. He adds to that impressive RBI tally, and you can see here on the replay how deep it was. It was Chris Taylor. Hits the cutoff perfectly in the first run of the game.
Very good hitting.
You've got to tell me if the replays are under any sponsor's name. I can see Bianco and what's that, Zancott?
Yeah, Zancott Traffic Engineering, Traffic Group, and Coco's Pizza.
So, yeah, we have Damien Boxer here, another dangerous hitter for the Tigers.
Yes, we'll scare the fence, I think, today.
Just a little eager here in the first. Finally, a little. I was helping the secretary with some odds and I saw Damien's name pop up times for start. He does hit it to the fence this time round. So the 2 runs have scored. And Boxer turns 2. And well, not back-to-back doubles, back-to-back for the having to.
Boxer. Yeah, we usually pitched around him during the year just to.
Perfect start the designated player for today.
His first 30 years. Grew up and then 30 years. Been
avoids the and just in the count. Tiger. Who's that third one? Is that Coco?
yes.
Coco's Pete. The replays after. Who's the main? Coco Pizza.
In Davern.
Always.
Make a great
better. Seen one now. Already out. Team back. The higher ranked team got to pick if they pitched or batted first.
Toss of the coin. And that's won the toss. Field.
Well, runners at the corners now. And here's Malanga. Impressive young natural talent. Made a couple of Aussie squads and pressed away from the game. He come back away again, comes back, and here he is now spearheading the top lineup. Oh, but ground ball to third base. Dylan Reed, it's over. Box Red will all overthrow, and Inalunga makes it all the way around. So the Tigers, another 2 on.
Yes.
Yeah. Giants have a bat at all.
Do hamstring.
Veteran Tony Press right now. That one ball and the Giants against it. Yeah. Versus Tigers. The top team. Upset Raz.
Yeah, for us, we got beaten 10-8.
Inalunga's going to try and take advantage of the pass ball slides in safe.
Tigers that's what he wants to see.
And what about the Tigers? Where'd they
They
Second. Second.
ended up 5th, I believe.
Yes, that's right. We 6.
They've come from a long way back. Get here.
Yes. And as said, the over the week.
Like a pop taken from Darlington, so that's the second out, a much needed out for the Giants. Are they the Gawler Giants?
Yeah,
Yes.
Giants, and yeah, young out there, he took it against us last. Again, he's taken another.
Gawler Giants. 2 of their own, Lana Kayser, and bring home C-Max Premier League final premiership.
I
At a goal here. named it at first base out of the Kangas, is that right?
Yeah, out of the, yeah, I had junior. Zach playing in the same team. Very good. Come a long way with her.
Mark, this is the so Raz just did with Becky Havis. This is Chris Taylor. Chris Taylor's playing
and veteran. Chris with a K, Taylor.
And Chris with a playing centre field for the Giants. Bit of a ring-in, isn't he? Did he play games for the Tigers?
Yeah.
He played qualify for the final.
Because I know they played Friday night.
Guy. And we can get him out, so very good hitter.
Young junior player, plates and state champion.
The state champs team of the year, the 2 years.
Quality player, but batting in
this the guy.
Or parents last night they made
yes, and they're in the crowd today. A walk for Chris.
Bring up top up here in the top of the first inning. Martin.
The NAMSA.
Finally getting that third out, but not before the top. Put 5 on the board here in the first inning. Mark and Rad. 2 innings. You guys can talk whatever you want. You can talk the main talk. I'll hand it over to you.
Well, it was a tight start for Lockie. He was so it's a bit of a start on the mound, but a guy for is let's hope Lockie can fight.
Kevin Palazzo.
Yeah.
Did I see pop up in my? Had your presentation.
He was named in the choices. From a Bunnings fundraiser.
How about that?
Oh, wow.
The John sausage sizzle. Kevin in New South Wales, and it turned out to be a
well. I threw. As let's throw the Tigers' defense.
okay, so the man with only name, Marcus. Tony Press, the veteran. Just then Damien left to right, Connor Cordes, Dodd and Scott Martin.
Has he?
Yes.
Be the control. And we saw the first one. The NAMSA Association play at the soccer club, and probably will be to Ridley for the next. At the Playford City Council assures beats the batter, it beats the catch. For Chris Taylor, for the Giants leaves.
In the batter's got should have thrown a strike.
Swing and a miss. Marcellus ahead of the strike. Go bench name out in the dugout. And Alunga tries a change of pace. The bench Giants, Morhu, Kumini, Ethan Scott, Kevin Pull, Chris Taylor for the first. Finds the range and the radar.
Yeah, some very good pitches. It's a young player. Too many.
And Alunga would definitely welcome addition to any of the staff, I'd suggest.
Boxer got him out of return.
In the deer.
Yep, very, very quick.
Territory. And he stays alive in the count. Cool. And bring
In the box. Like probably hadn't seen it.
That one just getting away. Tell me, two teams, who are the winners?
Chris Taylor was the runner-up. Medal. Sorry, Kizza.
Kieran Clayton, the catcher.
Runner-up.
Harris and Alunga finds that out.
Went to someone. Phantoms. Osborne. And for
votes from one another.
yeah. He's flown back in for the He worked. Been on the news for NITV.
We've NITV over the years, softball. So, maybe Marcellus can put in a good word for us.
Hope so.
Trying to get
Marcellus
to take the count.
You got this, Matt.
is the hitter. So we know that the Giants are out of Gawler. Where are the Tigers out of?
They're from the Central United Tigers, and their women's team's playing the CDSA comp. And Barry Smith, the assistant coach for the Tigers, he was had a big say in getting the Tigers back into the NAMSA League about 5 years ago, and recruited myself as a coach, and so I made a bit of a comeback about 5 years ago.
Legend of the sport, Mark Pettit. Well, so are you, Raz. You probably played in as many premierships as anyone else, I'm suggesting, but the Hillbillies have got a very impressive tally of, what was it, 15 premierships?
Yeah, around about that, yeah. No, it was great times all those years ago. I actually went in semi-retirement.
3 or 4 premierships in the middle there. I think I lost one to the Hillbillies, and that started off their run. And it took me by such a surprise that I moved to Sydney for 6 years. I just couldn't bear it.
Is that right? There you go. Well, I've got a connection to both teams. My first, just some technical issues just feeding through, but we're all good now, and we're glad to have you back. It is all the Tigers in the top of the second inning. There's none out, and they've got a runner on 3 now on that pass ball, and Clayton Dodd is the batter in the box. Yeah, I was part of both the teams. Brewers, my first premiership with NAMSA with the Brewers in 2001, and my last premiership was with the Hillbillies back in 2021, and in between I played in a few others. So started at Central Districts and then went to play for the Magic. I think they were only around for maybe 1 or 2 seasons, and tried my luck here in the Adelaide men's comp, but always seemed to find my way back to NAMSA, and played for a number of teams throughout. But what's been so impressive with NAMSA over, you know, the last few years in particular, is that they've always provided a place where men's can play softball out in the north, and might very well be the only standalone men's competition that we're at least know of in the country. So very impressive competition. It's still pretty family orientated as well. Like we'll see the USC Bears playing later on, Hillbillies with 2nd and 3rd generation players playing.
Yeah, there's a great family atmosphere. I would imagine that most of the Giants have a connection to the Giants women's teams in the Gawler Association, who also celebrated their 40th year this year. So, yeah, so I encourage all softball clubs to get their men involved. Would love to have some Adelaide teams come down and play in the NAMSA comp.
Clayton Dodd moves over to second base. The runners at 2 and 3 for Kieran Clayton. What's been so impressive of NAMSA is that 5 years of consecutive growth. I wouldn't say the association was on its knees from its glory days of the 14 teams that they used to have, but just like many softball associations around the country, they seem to drop off a little, and then all of a sudden it just started to flourish again, and such a credit to the NAMSA committee and all the teams that have got around and supported men's softball in the north. We know that Hills are a stronghold of men's softball, 45 minutes out of Adelaide, but to the east, whereas NAMSA, you know, just what now, 11 teams over 2 divisions?
Yes.
11 teams, yeah. It's really good atmosphere out there on the Friday night. Teams playing against each other, and total respect for each other as well. So,
and another base on ball. So the Giants might have to start thinking plan B at the moment. None out with the cleanup hitter Damien Boxer coming up to bat. But I'll ask you both this question: what do you put it to? What has been the secret behind the 5 or 6 years of consistent growth of the NAMSA Association?
I'd put it down to when the United Softball Club come back into it. when they brought their juniors in, and same with the Tigers. It then encouraged more of the partners to get involved. The juniors have built it up, and then the Hillbillies come back.
Well, Boxer really gets after this one with none out and bases loaded with a 5-0 lead. He's looking to put an early exclamation mark on things. It gets under a little and pulls it foul. So a couple of club-orientated, family-orientated clubs from the Central District Softball Association, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, Hillbillies will come back into the competition.
Brought two teams.
Yeah, started with one, but eventually got a second team running. Really super impressed with my lads, the way they've taken it on board, get two teams running, and build the competition. Here we go.
Yep, flattens one out, goes over the centre field's head. Chris Taylor just misread it because it went like a missile. Look how quick they are around the bases. Boxer might get caught short at third. He slides in. The ball's fumbled at 3, so he will be safe. Playing up for the camera a little bit there. The 3 RBIs for Damien Boxer to give him a 4th for the game and his second hit. We're looking at the Coco's Pizza replay.
Yeah. Like I said earlier, he's taken responsibility here and leading by example.
Yeah, so got out to Chris Taylor in a real hurry and didn't have time to get back on it. Brings up the DP, Justin Barth. He's batting for the left fielder at Tigers, Connor Cordes.
Sent me through some notes, which definitely helped. But I thought I knew a little bit about NAMSA already. But the names that I could see that have just put in so much effort to ensure that the competition keeps going. Very impressive. Some of the contributions over many years. Tammy Mason's a name that sort of stuck out for me. She was involved for plenty of years as well. Bodie Williams, Dennis Williamson. Daniel Adamson of late, just put in years of work. Ground ball to third, and it's another wild throw from the third base player. So he's had 2 for the game and not happy with himself as another run scores and Bath moves away over to second base.
He probably just tried to steer that ball over to first base then rather than throw it. But that's experience, isn't it?
Yeah, a big thank you to Lisa Elliott. She's done a mountain of work this year, getting the Rev Sport set up.
Long ball from Marcellus that drops short of the centre fielder Taylor. He doesn't know what to do, whether he needs to be in or out, and he's been caught short 3 times in this inning, hasn't he? Well, one he was in too shallow. The other 2 he was too deep. So things just falling the way of the Tigers at the moment. They now out to a 9-0 lead here in the second. We'll get the score updated in a moment. 9-0, and Marcellus will make his way over to second base.
Tony Press is the only player to have played in the first season of NAMSA and is still playing today. He's had a bit of a hiatus, but he's been back the last 5 seasons.
Yeah, looking for that strike. He always looking for that strike down the middle early, and we'll take it if it's there.
Still very impressive to see. It just shows that this sport, it's a game for all for life, isn't it? That you might start out as a youngster and think that, well, my career finishes when I'm 25, 30. It doesn't. Not in softball. You can play into your later days, and there's Tony Press beating that one out. Punch out is the call from Jordan Taylor. Pretty good call, actually. It looked tight. We will see it on the Coco's Pizza replay, but a run crosses the plate.
Bare hand pick up there by the shortstop.
That makes it 10-0 now for the Tigers. And just the first out of the inning as well.
Yeah, it's getting out of hand here a little bit.
You've got to say that Palazzo's hamstring must be torn or shot. If he's named on the bench and he's one of the players of the team, and must be killing him watching it from the dugout.
I would expect it would be.
Just their second season though, isn't it?
The Giants?
The Giants?
Yes, their second season. They won the Division 3 final last year. And to make it back into the Division 2 final was a great achievement.
Yeah, they've come a long way, Giants. So, yeah, they were very good last week against the Hillbillies.
Chris Taylor, the batter in the box here. He's had a base on balls his first turn at bat, and he will take another walk here. Wow, just you look at the two scorecards. This is the 18th batter of the game for the Tigers, whereas the Giants had 3 up, 3 down, all strikeouts. One-way traffic so far. Taylor will take 2 unopposed with that runner at 3.
Scotty's best known for his work on the basketball court, but he's taken to softball for the last 5 years very well. A strange swing, but he makes good contact.
So what will happen, let's just say from here the Tigers go on to win. Will they be asked to elevate up to Division 1 next year, or will it depend on personnel?
It would depend on personnel, whether they keep the majority of this side together. Then if they do present the same team, then yeah, they'd be expected to play Division 1.
Well, with Innalunga moving to New South Wales, they would have that spot of pitcher. Would be tough to fill, you'd think, but
yes.
At the same time, their batters just lights out at the moment.
Their bats are working really well.
Another hit, dropping short. This time for Jono Sayberg at right field, and Innalunga crosses the plate. Now 11-0.
Dean back up. Would be looking for a big hit.
Yeah, back to the top of the order, and it's his 3rd plate appearance, and the Giants have only had 3 plate appearances as a team.
Yeah, the Tigers they've got 6 batters that have batted over 600 for the season, with Dean leading the way with a 750 average. And
that's a nice big hit. It goes out to deep left field. It goes over the fence. Our first home run of the day. It's a 3-run shot to Dean Snushall, enjoying it as he goes around the bases.
Very dangerous here, this guy. Very dangerous. And as you can see, one swing of the bat scores 3 runs.
Yeah, big shot. Let's have a look at the Coco's Pizza replay. Got a pitch that he wanted, and well, he found the gap as well, and it reached all the way over to the German Shepherd Dog Club. So massive hit to clear the home run fence, which is at 230. And then that German Shepherd Dog Club fence is probably back another 25 feet as well. So
yes, he got all of that one.
yeah, at least 250, maybe further. And the Giants just taking an opportunity to call a timeout. 2 coaches having a word to their infield, and well, it might be what do we do now?
Yes. Yeah, Dean's carried on his minor round form. He had 11 home runs for the season and led the RBIs for the Tigers today. 30 for the year before today.
Well, the Northern Area Men's Softball Association, or NAMSA as they have known, have been around for 40 seasons now, and played a few grand finals here at West Beach, but it's good to have you back here and playing on the well, the home of softball in the States, where we play all our major tournaments, national championships, and the CMAX Premier League. And we've got the main game coming up later on, the A grade. It's between the Hillbillies and the USC Bears. Now, in my notes, it said the USC Bears haven't played in a grand final in the A grade before, but weren't they known as the USC Pirates for a little while?
It's before. It was during my hiatus.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
I know because I played in one. 2007-8.
Would be the same club.
USC Pirates went back to back. I played in one, and then it was the next year I went with Scott Humphreys over to the Roadrunners, and we were runner-up that year in 2008-9, and it was a big year. It was Dave Chasson, the Doc. He was pitching for the Pirates that year when we were defeated, and then the Hillbillies went back on a three-year, what do you call it, three-peat. So,
three-peat.
Back to back to back.
That's not their most impressive run. They won 4 in a row in the 90s, late 90s, and then another 4 in a row in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
So,
Hillbillies have really dominated the NAMSA competition since the mid-90s.
So we'll see that A-grade grand final coming up at 1 p.m. But guys, I've had to have a think back. This is our 7th year broadcasting the softball, thanks to Spacequake Sports, and I believe this is our first B-grade game.
Yes.
We haven't. We've done some state championships. We do the A-grade men and women. We've done some Masters games. Again, A-grade men and women, 35s, and then all Premier League games, and then the men's games that we've done have been in the Hills, which the Hills Softball Association have paid for, is always to showcase their Division 1 men's as well. So you've made a little bit of history today.
Yeah. We would, being our 40th year, we wanted to put something on special for the players and for the competition. And after an early discussion with you, James, we and the team at Spacequake Sports, we were very happy to be able to bring the games to us.
Well, Clayton Dodd got on base for his second walk of the game. He's been on all 3 times, and just pinching a base there. What's the gentleman's agreement in NAMSA B grade when you're up by 14 runs?
You don't run.
No.
Oh, it is a grand final.
It is a grand final, so you want to get it over with as quickly as possible, get that lead up. 14 zip is quite a gap.
Kieran Clayton gets under this one deep out to left field. It's still in the air. Just falls to the left side of the left fielder, Isaac Darlington. Here's a look at the Coco's Pizza replay. Really puts everything into it.
Yeah, he's saying, Dean, look what I can do.
Yeah, I think Isaac's not quite sure about the fences, so NAMSA are always played on open fields.
That's right. These players would be, some of them would be playing for the very first time on a skin diamond.
Yeah, on a skin diamond and with a home run fence and side fences. So it's a different game.
Completely different game.
Well, a bunch of them would have done it at state championships earlier this year. We had a record number of men's teams at a state championships, and it was great to get the opportunity to play some of the lower men's grades on the main fields, because we had to separate the men's and women's due to the clash of the Open Men's National Championships. But next year, long weekend, we'll bring it all back here over the Australia Day long weekend.
Kieran Clayton, the man on first, he represented the Riverland at those state championships the last 2 years.
As did Chris Taylor.
Yeah. And Kieran, every Friday night, would make the long drive from Port Pirie down to play at Manapara. So he's racked up the miles this year.
Here's Damien Boxer. He's got 2 hits so far, a double, a triple, and he's got 4 RBIs. Another stolen base to the cheeky Clayton Dodd. 2-1 count for Boxer.
I think he's looking at that fence.
And Kieran Clayton takes the open base and unopposed as well. So they're there for the taking. As you said, it's the grand final. And Damien Boxer will take a base on ball. So far in this inning, with just the 1 out, we've seen 13 batters, 6 walks, and 4 hits. Here's Justin Barth, who got on from a wild throw his first at bat of this inning.
Infield's playing in, trying to hold these runs back.
Might be better to play back, I think, and try to get a double play.
Actually, there's been some changes to the Giants defense that I didn't pick up on, guys. Chris Taylor's come over to first base. Dylan Reed's gone out to centre field, and Matt Barry's gone over to third base. So maybe it was a 3-5-8-5 change to the field. I can't see any other changes, guys. Can you?
No.
Nice pick up behind the plate from Nathan Scott.
Yeah, the crowd's getting involved now, trying to cheer on the Giants, get them back into it.
And it's building as well as the A-grade teams start to arrive. In between games, there'll be the B-grade presentations, is that right?
Yes.
And then you two will depart and we'll get Bill Benedictson in as a guest commentator, is that right?
Yes, yeah, Bill played for the Falcons in the Division 1 all year. They were top of the table all year and unfortunately lost to both Hillbillies and the USC Bears.
So the top team for both A-grade and B-grade both bowed out in the finals.
Yeah.
Still too early to talk about that.
Yeah, okay. So you played it. So you talked about a top 6 for the finals. That means that every team in the B-grade played finals.
Yes, yeah. It's part of our strategy to encourage people to play.
And Alunga, a beautiful shot opposite field, carries the distance, a grand slam home run for his third at-bat. It's the second hit of the game. He's got 4 RBIs now, and he's pitched the 3 strikeouts against the Giants. So, wow, this is huge. It goes out to now 19-0. And the Giants haven't batted past the third batter.
No, most of the batting order for the Tigers have had more bats than the batting team. So the whole team for the Giants. Now,
and that was an impressive shot there by NAMSA.
Huge hit.
Yeah, it went with the outside pitch, and Tony Press, believe it or not, guys, has been the first and second out of this inning.
He won't be happy with that.
He's the only Tigers player not to reach base, and he's the only Tigers player to have not scored.
I wouldn't like to rub that in, but poor Tony.
He's a good-spirited player.
Yeah.
We're off the Ducks bat.
Batter number 17 of the inning, Chris Taylor, who has not had to take the bat off his shoulder today. He's had 2 base on balls, 1 way back in the first inning, 1 way back in the start of the second inning.
Yes, hopefully Chris will look for the first pitch he can get and get a good hit.
Well, the scoreline's not a great advertisement, is it? But at the same time, Raz, as a player in the Division 2, must have been a pretty tight competition throughout.
Yeah, we had plenty of fun out there ourselves, but the competition was good. Tigers, we had a draw with these boys midway through the year. That was a very 7-all game, that was, and like I said before, Chris Taylor here never got out. Couldn't believe they didn't score more runs than that. So,
and he still hasn't got out today.
No, he's taken that one.
Scotty's the brother of the Central United Tigers president, Pam Rosser, who has been a good supporter of the men's softball and getting it back out there at Tigers. The Tigers a couple of seasons ago had 3 teams, and it's been pushed back to 1, but they're still out here supporting and having a great day today.
Ground ball to the second base player, Gavin Johnson. He knocks it down and reduces the damage a little, but we will go around to Dean Snushall for his 3rd at-bat of the inning and 4th of the game. Now, last time he was up, he hit a big 3-run home run.
It's not normally during the season we do have a 10-run Mercy limit, but because we're playing Mercy scores, we can't have the...
Is that 10 per inning?
10 per inning.
Oh. Jeepers, that one was hit so hard. The coach on 3rd base, Justin Barth, did it deflect off him?
It did.
It's come off
got
him.
the shoulder.
Again, that bat was swung really hard. He'll be looking to put this one deep into the outfield.
Wood goes after a long ball to... This goes over for the second home run of the inning for Dean Snushall. He'll put his name forward for player of the final. Do you have an award for player of the final?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the Ray O'Loughlin medal.
Oh,
Ray, a legend of NAMSA, has played in 14 premierships for the Hillbillies.
Yep.
He's also the father of 2 NAMSA players, Sean O'Loughlin and a young fellow by the name of Jack O'Loughlin, who also just represented Australia at the WBC, but he got his
World
start.
Baseball Classic, yeah.
Yeah, and he got his start on the diamond with the Hillbillies in NAMSA.
Now everyone in softball likes to claim Jack as their own.
Yes.
Raz?
Jack is our own, yeah. He's like a family son to us.
Absolutely.
So, young Jacko, super impressive kid.
Always get a thrill when he's at training for the Giants, and he always stops in the office to say hello, just a stand-up young fella. And this is Clayton Dodd is just going to drop short of the centre fielder, Dylan Reed, and they just cannot buy this 3rd out, can they?
No.
Poor Dylan's having a day where the ball just chases him.
Or are they waiting for Tony Press to come up again?
Probably. I'm sure Kizza won't want to give an out.
Well, I think we've found out that the Giants' weakness, they don't have a backup pitcher. Lockie Biggs has just had to shoulder the load here, and poor old Kevin Palazzo sitting helplessly in the dugout as Kieran Clayton smashes this one into foul territory. He wants to get in that home run action. We look down the scorecard. We've got Snushall with 3 hits and a hit by pitch. All of his hits have been extra bases. 2 of them have been home runs, and he's got 6 RBIs crossing the plate 4 times. Clayton Dodd, 2 hits and 2 walks. Kieran Clayton, a sacrifice fly and 2 walks. Damien Boxer, 2 hits, 4 RBIs and a walk. Justin Barth, a couple of walks. Marcellus got 2 hits, including 1 Grand Slam home run, and Scott Martin with an RBI single. Chris Taylor, of course, 2 walks and a hit by pitch. So they just hit through the order, 1 through 9, haven't they, the Tigers?
Yes, like we said earlier, they've got so many hitters that have been getting it all year.
Just smart hitters as well, you know when it's time to swing and when it's not time.
Trying to get the ball back.
What can the Giants do? Will the Tigers give them a reprieve and maybe take Marcellus out of the pitching lineup, or Matt Barry just in the hot corner has just worn one off the backhand side, stays in play, another run scores, and another runner in scoring position for the Tigers.
Wouldn't think that Boxer will take his foot off the pedal. Catch the speed up.
23-0, the score is correct.
Oh dear. What it does show is that softball at NAMSA is open to all players of all levels of skill. We don't just need the experienced superstars. We are looking for new players all the time, and there's multiple levels to play out there. You won't come up against pitchers like Marcellus every week.
Oh.
Boxer just drills one out to the left field. He takes it easy and goes to first. Another RBI for Boxer, and his 3rd hit of the game. If he gets another chance for an at-bat, he's hitting for a cycle. Needs the hardest one to get, though, the home run. Yeah, you'd almost call that out, wouldn't you?
I was hoping.
Yeah,
it was a great throw from Nathan. The catcher there. Seen Boxer was jogging up the line, had a ping. Worth the try.
Yeah, and we talk about that force change with the pitching for Giants, and it really does push the rest of the field around as well. Nathan Scott had a brilliant game at shortstop last week, picking everything up, and yeah, it's taken him out of that spot.
Yes, yes. Monkey has moved from 3rd to shortstop, and that's left 3rd as a struggling spot for them all game.
Yeah,
haven't been able to handle that hard hit ball or get that throw to hit first.
Here we go. Justin Barth, the DP, is up for his 4th plate appearance.
And walks again.
And gets another walk, 3rd walk of the game. Marcellus brings up Marcellus Senalunga, the home run hitter. This inning for Marcellus has a single, a home run, which was a grand slam, and now for his 3rd plate appearance. I know it's a grand final, fellas, but when's enough?
Yes. Oh dear. That's it.
What was the decision to perhaps not play a Division 3 this year? Because you have the last 2 years, haven't you?
Yes. The decision was based on the standard of 2 and 3 work close together.
Senalunga gets the end of the bat, pop up to centre field, and the 3rd out is made. Marcellus Senalunga flies out to Dylan Reed out at centre field, and Well, more relief than anything for the Giants, and Tony Press
Yes.
does not get to be the first, second and third out. He was the on-deck batter, and he will lead off
He would have been a
the
bit
third
nervous.
inning. Wow.
Now what can Giants put together here?
19 runs in that inning, and they lead 24-0 in the middle of the second. So the Giants haven't had 4 batters, and and the Tigers have put on 24. Have you ever seen a scoreline like
I
this before?
have never seen this.
No, this Giants were most disappointed. They, like I said, played 2 real good games to get here. Unfortunately, the hamstrings of Kevin Paluzzo couldn't hold on. And, now we can just hope we can get some runners on base and for them.
Well, should there be a miracle, I think this game's only going to go the 3 inning. So now we can start talking about your player of the final. Do you want to call that the Bianco player of the final?
Bianco player of the final, the Ray O'Loughlin medal.
You know, look down the scorecard. You've got 2 home runs, 3 hits, and 6 RBIs for Dean Snushall, and then you've got Marcellus Enalunga with 2 hits, one of them a Grand Slam home run, and already 3 strikeouts. We haven't seen him pitch in the second inning yet. Or you've got Damien Boxer, who's 3 for 3 with a walk and 4 RBIs as well.
Yeah, he's definitely led by example as a coach, and yeah, those 3 would be up there for the Ray O'Loughlin.
Who votes on that?
The umpires, and yeah, they'll pick out their best player. So, depending on how the next couple of innings go in the field for Tigers, I think if Marcellus keeps pitching like this, he'll be a lay down was there for that one.
I look around the field, and gee, the Tigers outfield really playing to the speed of Enalunga. The left fielder really playing centre left. The centre fielder playing the right side of second base, and even the right fielder's closer to the line than you'd call an orthodox outfield.
Nathan's been a good hitter all season, so paying him some respect. Nathan's had 4 home runs this season, and I hate to go on about it, Kevin Paluzzo, who's also had 5 runs, so taking his bat out of the team has really hurt the Giants as well.
Is he here today? Have we seen him at all?
Yes, he is here. Oh no.
Enalunga is perfect from the plate at the moment. 4 batters, 4 strikeouts.
It's getting the job done, that's for sure. He doesn't want to hang around out there too long.
I think he's got a plane to catch tonight too, so wants to get it early.
Zach Heinzunger just comes over to say hello. Any relation?
Oh no, the young lad there.
The coach of the Hillbillies A grade this season.
Sporting a disgusting moustache as well.
Yeah, don't get him to take the hat off.
Okay.
He'd be looking for a medal today, that boy. He's taken on the coaching role there at Hillbillies and has been doing a fantastic job.
Well, we fell short last season. Jared Farrell unavailable to pitch the final, so we came up against a Harry May-led Demons team that we fell short. But Premiership the year before, you must have been coaching that year then,
Yeah,
I guess.
Yeah, the year before, and
that was an 11 innings game. My memory just.
It was an epic, wasn't it?
Yeah, it went 11 innings, 2-1 in the end, wasn't it?
I think yes, 2-1.
Yeah.
Cooper Goodman hit a home run in that game.
And,
And
yeah, we came back with a run in the 7th, I believe, and then it just kept on rolling after that. But yeah,
both pitchers through 20 strikeouts as well.
yeah,
Harry May versus Jared Farrell going head to head. They played together in the Hills competition for the Red Sox. They won last night 14-0 in their final.
Wow. Yeah.
Against Macclesfield.
no, it was Pirates.
Against Pirates.
Yeah, Pirates
right.
beat Macclesfield in the prelim final the week before.
That's right, Pirates. They made their first final in their
Division 1.
Division 1 final in their club history. They've won some B-grade premierships before.
Yep.
And
Strikeout number 5.
Pirates haven't been going too long. How many years old are they? Not too. They're fairly young, aren't they?
NFA Pirates, they had a team in the NAMSA competition as well on a Friday night. And they lost the first semi to the Bears. And Coach Rob Lyman and Darryl Elliott, the president of Pirates, had a really good year. They had 3 grand final teams yesterday in the Hills comp. Unfortunately, they all lost, but it was a good day for them to all get there. They're C grade and B grade women's teams.
That's pretty impressive for a young club. So
Yeah, we spoke to Joe Harvey, one of the founders of the club, during the CFS round that Hills hosted in February, and they're really proud that they've been able to just start as a group of mates that, you know, had some interest in softball, and they've grown into a family club where they play over the Hills and the NAMSA associations, and men's and women's teams, and juniors is next from what I understand. Well, the first batter to put ball into play goes to Marcellus Henalunga, and an overthrow will see him, Jono Sayberg, make it to 2. He turns 2 for 3 and holds up. So the Giants get their first runner aboard, and the excitement in the crowd. Nice. Let's have a look at the Coco's Pizza replay. Enalunga had to get it away quick. It tips the glove of Tony Press. There's no backup. It goes deep into the dead man's alley, into that corner, and Sayberg makes it around all the way to 3rd. Well, just goes to show what can happen if you put the ball in play.
Yep. Monkey's probably their most experienced player, Jared Andrews, and played for the Division 1 NAMSA team a couple of seasons ago and made the team of the year.
Yeah, he's super impressive. He's only young still though. Yeah, I had him in that team that we played against the Hills. Unfortunately, we lost that, but he was definitely a major part of that team.
How do you get a nickname like a monkey?
It was from primary school. Apparently, it was given to him by a former NAMSA player, in Jade Burns, who's now more focused on his work and entertaining. Just he was climbing over everything. And Monkey has a problem with his shoulder, and in the first semi, he slid into home base and dislocated his shoulder. And on the diamond, he popped it back straight back in, Martin Riggs style. Just
From Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon, yes.
Wow.
He just took a knee and banged it, and he was back out playing the next innings.
He must have done it before.
I think he has. But, one of the funniest but most brutal things I've seen on a diamond.
6th strikeout for Marcellus. That's from 7 batters as well. Gee, the thing for the Giants that they got to look forward to is that it'll probably be over in 6 outs, but it's how long it's going to take to get the next 3.
Yes. Well, the good thing for them is Tony Press is first up. so they could get that first out early.
Well,
Then again, I may have put the Moz on the Giants, but I don't know if would that throw to first base go down as an error for Tony, or do you think it's
I'm
a
giving
throw?
it wild throw to the pitcher. It's hard to, like, he was pretty close and he pinged it so hard that it'd be pretty good reflexes to be able to take that unless it goes straight to you.
Exactly.
Well, the Giants might be ringing the changes, I think, as they are not hustling out to play defense. Maybe they're trying to fill a hole or bring in some bench players. You guys will have to keep an eye out for me and see where they all go.
Yeah, so number 48 is coming in. Not Maury Komina. Has anyone else got any pronunciation on that one?
Mohu Kamini.
Maury Komina, yep.
Looks like Lockie Biggs will continue. Maybe no one else wants to put their hand up. Yeah, Mohu Kamini's gone out to shortstop. Is that Jared Andrews' position? Is that the monkey?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he still out there, though?
He's out there.
I think Maury's just taking a couple of warm-ups.
Okay.
Oh, no, maybe he has come into shortstop. Ethan Scott's come into right field.
I believe Jared's moved over to second base.
Okay.
That's good to see for Giants, though. A young lad slots into that shortstop spot, takes the responsibilities. Well, no, maybe he is taking second spot. That's still good. How old is he, the young lad?
No, just a teenager.
Just a teenager. That's
I
good.
wouldn't want to guess.
Gets his chance on a diamond.
Yeah.
Against a powerful side like Tigers. Nothing better for a young lad.
Tony's looking at a couple of pictures now.
I just don't think he wants to get out.
No, he wants to.
Don't swing the bat.
Yes, get on to first.
His fourth plate appearance, Tony Press, the veteran. Gets himself on base, so a base on balls. Tony, very impressive, Mark. If he's played in the first season and it's the 40th season for NAMSA, that must at least make him 45 years of age. No, how old? Let's
59.
59. So he started out as
say he's a couple of years older than me. Yeah, not giving away my age.
Yeah, so Tony Press was part of the premiership winning team in that first season with the Hawks.
Is that right?
Yeah, with myself, I was pitching, and another big name on there would be Steve Sims, or Butch Sims.
Never heard of him.
State coach and softball legend out there at CDSA. And that was a 7 innings game, and that had a big scoreline similar to this, but it was both teams scored. I think it took about 4 hours to play, and there was no mercy rule in that one. So we just kept playing, and it just got tight. The Hawks ended up winning 20-something to 19.
Ooh,
It was
very high scoring. Here's Chris Taylor. Chris Taylor, 2 walks and a hit by pitch. Similar to Tony Press, or opposite to Tony Press, you'd think he'd be keen to swing the bat.
I would think so.
Made the 3-hour trip from the Riverland. And he gets another walk. And
Gets another walk.
Nathan Scott relentless on Tony Press over at first base. The only player for the Tigers that has not scored. Every Tigers player has reached base now that Tony's there. Chris Taylor is 0 for 0 for the game from his 4 plate appearances, 3 walks and a hit by pitch. So the first two batters get a walk. Here's Scott Martin getting backed away from the plate.
Bit of inside action there from Lockie.
It's pretty good discipline by the Tigers, because they could very well just start swinging at anything, but no, they're sticking to their game plan.
Three and 0 count. Hopefully he's got the swing away message.
Now, regardless of the result of this game, we're still going to try and start at 1 p.m. for the Div 1.
Well, half an hour break between the two games.
Right, so 1 p.m. or half an hour between the two.
Yeah.
As Scott Martin with a base on balls. Now, that brings up Dean Snushall. Now, for me, the 2 home runs, the double, the hit by pitch, the 4 runs scored, the 6 RBIs has been player of the game potential. Let's see what he does with his 5th turn to the plate with loaded bases.
So between Dean and Marcellus, it's pretty close for that medal.
Fouls this one off. We do have Damien Boxer, who's still 4 batters away, hitting for a cycle, a walk, a single, a double, a triple, 4 RBIs as well.
Yeah, I reckon for me, it's this guy here in the batter's box. He's been super impressive.
Long ball. This could be his 3rd home run, and most impressively, a grand slam to give him an even 10 RBIs on the day. It's, well, laughable, isn't it, in that he's had 5 plate appearances. Collectively, the Tigers have had 7. Snushall's been on base every time, a hit by pitch, a double, and then 3 home runs and 10 RBIs.
Yeah.
Speechless, you two.
Hey, I could only dream of this.
That's a fair day's work.
Yep.
Well, the Giants. What's happening? Are they walking off?
Someone's injured, I believe.
Yeah.
Is that the centre fielder, is it?
Yes.
Dylan Reed has come out of the game. They've made 2 changes, which means that they're down to their last bench player, which is Kevin Palazzo. You can't re-enter one of the players.
Jono Saberg has...
Oh, Jono Saberg.
He was the one that's just come off. It looks like Kevin's going to come out.
Kevin Palazzo, you can tell that he's got a limp. He's got...
I believe he'd just stand at first base.
Prop him up at first, yep. Yeah, it's not going well for the Giants today.
No, hasn't been their day.
28-0. They've used all their bench players. Their main pitcher hasn't been able to take the diamond. And now they have to work out where they go in the field.
Sure what's going on. They're putting, looks like they're putting Kevin out
To right field.
to right field to run around.
I think they put him to right field, hoping no one's going to hit it there. But usually when that happens, the first pitch goes out your way.
It does.
Well, Clayton Dodd is the batter coming to the box. Bases are empty now for him. He's had 2 for 2 with 2 walks, 4 runs scored himself. So pretty impressive for Damien Boxer, the coach. He's definitely got the batting order right. What's it going to mean for the Tigers club? Is that they won a premiership in a while?
They've never won a men's premiership, so this will be their first silverware. They'll be really happy with this result.
Hit by pitch, so Clayton Dodd advances to first base, and he is 5 for 5 on base for the day.
Yes. And Kizza Clayton, he'll be looking for that fence as well. Clayton takes off.
Don't think that's on when you're 28-0 up. But, you know, it takes someone to tell him from the dugout, doesn't it? If he's inexperienced.
He's just got the orders.
Yeah.
Yeah, Damien Boxer over there in on deck circle.
Well, he'll be punched out here. Good play behind the plate from Nathan Scott. Fires it across to Matt Barry.
For the first out.
Let's have a look at the Coco's Pizza replay. Pumped as well, wasn't he, Barry?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Long ball. Kieran Clayton has been swinging for the fence all day, and he finally gets it. It's his first hit of the game. He had a sacrifice fly in the first, 2 walks, and reached on an error in the second. And here in the third inning, he has hit a solo home run. Now 29-0.
Yeah, the Tigers definitely enjoyed this fence at West Beach and used it really well.
Well, this is Damien Boxer. He is a home run short of a cycle. Very rare in the sport of softball because we only play 7 innings. They happen a bit more in baseball because you play the 9. Avoids that one. I wonder if he knows.
I'm sure Boxer would know. He's a stats man. Keeps his own scorebook.
Is that right? Okay. All right.
He doesn't mind a chat about himself, Boxer. Ooh, he's left that one. I thought that was his chance.
Well, I'm going for it here. If I'm Boxer,
Yeah.
you don't often get a chance to go cycle.
Yeah, have a bit of fun in that batter's box.
I think
Close the game, I think you'd be looking at just getting that ball in play. Perfect opportunity here.
I think he left his pitch.
Yeah. He'll go to 3-1. So if he wants it, this will be the one. The breeze just picked up a little there, and it's blowing straight into the face of the batter at the moment. He'll get a base on ball, so he misses out his opportunity for...
I think he knows it as well.
Well, Justin Barth has come out, and is this Connor Cordes?
Yes.
Connor Cordes is going to come in for his first plate appearance of the grand final. He's been playing out at right field. Not much happening out there. Maybe had to back up that one play.
Yeah.
Well, the dangerous Connor Cordes, they're bringing in the left fielder to throw. Lefty to lefty, perhaps fancy the matchup.
Yes.
Oh, it's going to be real disappointing if this kid can throw.
Yeah, it will be.
Isaac Darlington. He's come all the way in from left field.
He probably has pitched in the junior competition out there at Gawler. I haven't seen it, but Probably has. Gives that one a bit of air.
He looked like he was towing up okay, but yeah, just that open pitching stance. Got to get a bit more side on there, Isaac. Got good levers, so perhaps be a good pitcher in the making. I know that Matt Sutton, who was the Community Coach of the Year award last year for Softball SA, helps out at the Giants Softball Club and
Yes,
then
he
mentors
does, yeah.
some of the junior boys that play at NAMSA. He plays for Hillbillies as well.
Yeah, he's a Hillbilly, Hillbilly teammate. Yeah, super impressed with Matt, the job he does out at Gawler. Not just for his club, but you know,
The community.
other kids in
Junior-
the community.
Junior
Yeah.
state assistant coach as well.
Yep.
He's going to coach the under-14 girls at the regionals in July, so gives back plenty.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So Gawler is the team that he coaches for the Gawler districts, who plays at the Hillbillies and works out at Flinders University. So it's a fair old trek.
It's a fair trek.
Yeah, and I thought I travelled around the countryside, but yeah, like you said, there's guys that come down from Port Pirie, the Riverland, just to play on the Friday night. So,
Well, I think that is a great advertisement for the NAMSA Association, goes to show that people come from all around to play now. I know Dan Peterson's lining up for the Hillbillies in the grand final. He is from the Hills Softball Association. A few of the Falcons players, Riley Carianis.
they come from the hills, yeah.
Riley Carianis was the NAMSA MVP back-to-back.
2 years in a row.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
He's an umpire himself, so he must know how to talk to the umpires to get the votes. No, he's a good guy. He's a good guy, Riley.
He's definitely a great.
Congratulations to him. Who else they got? James Goslett,
Yes, James is playing for the Hillbillies.
Alex Hopton from the
and
Hills,
Hoppies, a Harndorf legend. I hear.
Connor Cordes reaches on a base on balls, and Isaac Darlington just needs to work on the radar a little bit, because there's only the one out. Clayton Dodd was caught short trying to steal third, going for a single game stolen base record, I think.
Yeah.
It was very quick around the bases. Clayton Dodd. Here's Marcella Senalunga, hit a grand slam in the second, has 6 strikeouts.
Oh wow.
Just saw Bill Collins, former NAMSA president, Hillbillies B grade player, and likes the Masters scene as well. Gee, the Masters has a lot to be thanked for, don't they? Bringing back some of the older players.
Yes, it did bring back Tony Press, Andy Knock, who an SA legend. He come back and played NAMSA for a couple of seasons, and he was out there coaching the Pirates this year in the Hills League. Isaac seems to be getting some location there. He's got a nice action.
3 Masters tournaments coming up, isn't there? There's the State Masters in Moonta.
Yep.
Is that over Easter or the week after Easter?
A week after
Week
Easter.
after Easter, up in the Iron Triangle. Is that what?
Yeah, so I think the softball's out of Moonta.
Moonta Football Club.
Yep.
Beautiful. And we're helping with some equipment for that. So well done to Wes getting softball back into the State Masters games.
I believe we've got 3 Viking teams, a Hillbillies team.
For the men's, I think
For
it's
the men's.
two Vikings
2
and 1.
Vikings.
Then you've got the
Hillbillies.
Riverland Masters in, well, it'll be the Kings long
Kings
weekend.
Yes, this year.
So I got it wrong just as I was
Yes.
saying. I'm so used to saying it.
Well, in our lifetimes, we've never had a king.
No, Marcelo Sanalunga was the 9th batter of the inning, and he gets a base on ball. So we will go to Tony Press, who's had an indifferent day compared to his teammates. Watches that one for a ball.
Tony would be just enjoying the moment. You know, the guys that get our age, we just love the moment on the softball diamond. So he'd be just soaking it up, just doing what he can for his club.
Yeah. So then we've got the Riverland Masters, and that's over the Kings long weekend this June.
Yeah.
They had 20+ teams last year, and very impressive. It's a great venue out there at Alan Glassy Park in Berry. And then the Australian Masters Games returns to Adelaide. Press gets a piece of the ball. It gets under the glove of the second base player. He will arrive safely and get 2 RBIs as Connor Cortez
Crosses the plate.
crosses the plate. Yep, so every player for the Tigers team has scored today. What are you scoring that one, fellas? Are you going to be harsh, or are you going to give Tony a hit?
I'll give Tony a hit for that. He didn't get a glove on it.
All right, let's go a single to 9 for Tony.
I'd already put E4.
Let's go, Isaac!
Tony being an ex-teammate.
Here's Chris Taylor. 3 walks and a hit by pitch.
Good line, mate.
Yes, we'd like to see Chris
Swing the bat.
Swing the bat.
I don't even think he's got a strike against his name. One will take him to 3-0.
And yes, Marcellus still took the base.
Tony saying I'm not going anywhere.
Nothing.
Chris Taylor's 4th walk, and he also was hit by a pitch, so 5 from 5 for Chris. This will bring up Scott Martin for his 5th plate appearance of the game. There is still just the 1 out here in the 3rd inning, and yes, if you're just joining us, that score line is correct. It is loaded bases here in the top of the 3rd. It is 31-0. Surely something will change now for the Tigers. Will they? They can't lose it from here. I think it's impossible. And if they do lose from here, I'm going to quit commentating.
We'll have been here for a long day.
It's a foul ball. He tried to protect himself with the bat, but the umpire's going to award him first base. Well, Scott Martin hit by pitch. We're going to go to batter number 13 of the inning. Unlucky for some, and what is unlucky for the Giants is that this batter has 3 home runs and a double to his name. It is his 6th plate appearance.
And you were talking about Masters. So Masters, the final Masters.
Australian Masters Games, yes.
Australian Masters Games.
In October,
yeah.
7th till the 13th or 14th. We'll just wait until we get the draw for that one there. But already 52 teams nominated. We've got a cap of 70, which means that if you have not registered your team to play in the Australian Masters Games, get it in ASAP.
30th of April, isn't it? Yep. I think you need to get your players registered by that date.
Yep, so that's gold entry. And then early bird entry is the next key date. So if you can, it'll help us out somewhat with the programming. But
Trying to program 52 teams.
Well, we're with a cap of 70, and we've got 14 diamonds that we can play on. So that's why we've got the cap, but it should be fun. Well, this one is going to drop in for his 5th hit of the game, his 11th RBI, and Dean Snushles had a game for his team, the Tigers. Oh, you can't really do anything about that, can you? On the Coco's Pizza replay.
Yes, the outfielders would have been playing deep and expecting a big hit.
Well, that's a hit
dropped
in any game, because your second base can never get that. It's actually the Bermuda Triangle of softball, isn't it? It's your right field can't get there, your centre field can't get there, your second base can't get there, and it just a perfect miss hit. They call it a Texas
coach's
Leaguer
nightmare,
or a
that is.
blooper. Yep. Here's Clayton Dodd, the first out of this inning.
The only out.
Crowd's getting behind the hitter.
Yeah.
You can see the USC Bears have been doing their warm-ups, and the Hillbillies is now just starting to get changed and ready to go. Base on balls for Clayton Dodd will be an RBI to his name because it's loaded bases. Kieran Clayton is a home run hitter in this inning. Nathan Scott needs a drink break. Well, 9 batters in the first inning. 24 batters in the second inning. Took me a while to count that, actually. And 14 batters in the third. The 15th batter coming up, Kieran Clayton, which means that Damien Boxer, with 1 out, unless there's a double play here, will get the opportunity to still hit for that cycle.
I think Nathan's had enough behind the mask.
Well, it's a tough day behind the plate when every second pitch is going into the back net, particularly after you're down 34-0.
Yes.
And this will give us a bit of an opportunity to what do you want to talk about now, guys? Your partners, your supporters, your committee members.
Yes, we've already mentioned the secretary, Lisa Elliott. She had a big job and putting up with myself and getting the Rev Sport stuff up and pushing through. Our treasurer, I'd like to thank Dennis Williamson. He had a big season. Chris Taylor, the guy on first base for the Giants, was our grounds and equipments officer. He was out there each week marking the diamonds with some help from Dennis. The NAMSA under-18s just got back from the junior state champs, where they had an undefeated run and a grand final win over the Hills. It was our first time we had an under-18s team, I think. I think we've had under-16s in the past. But yeah, that was led by Sam Paturis and Adrian Phil. Done a good job there coaching.
They've done a great job there with those young lads.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
Let's go, George!
And every club was represented, I believe.
Get behind him,
Oh, fantastic.
Come on, Mom!
Yeah,
I'm not sure if Tigers.
Tigers may have been the only one. Yeah.
Well, Kieran Clayton swings at that one. Maybe a little bit of sportsmanship now starting to be shown from the Tigers. Because that one you needed a tennis racket for.
Yeah, I think
Another swing and a miss.
I think these boys want to get a beer into them and start their celebrations.
If I was, maybe he doesn't want Boxer to come up to bat. Doesn't want to give Boxer that chance.
We got a bit of that one. It goes foul.
Now we're going for time. What is
12:34, which means that the A grade's going to be delayed after a 3-inning game. Swing and a miss. That's an automatic out with a runner occupying first and less than 2. That is the second out, and we'll bring up Damien Boxer, the playing captain coach, who's now heading for a cycle, 2 walks, a single, a double, and a triple. And interestingly enough, gentlemen, that was the first strikeout of the game for the Tigers. Looks at bunts, and no one's covering first, but Chris Taylor is covering home. The out is called, and well,
the Boxer didn't go for the cycle. Had the chance there. Decided to.
I don't know how to score that one.
well, it's a fielder's choice, a 3-2.
2 to 3.
2 to 3. 2 to 3.
2 to
yeah.
3.
At
Fielder's
home plate.
choice 2 to 3 at home. There you go. Fielder's choice and a 2 to 3 on. Don't even know which batter it was. Was it
Damien
Scott
Boxer.
Martin? Scott Martin, the runner coming home.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So Press scored, Taylor scored, and Scott Martin was the 3 to 2, 2 to 3,
I've lost count. I've run out of fingers and toes
and the third out.
in the second innings. So there's a lot of circles on the scoreboard.
34 of them. That was a 10-run inning, and now they are just 3 outs away from an emphatic victory. And Dylan Reid is going to come up for his first at-bat. He's the 8-hitter for the Giants, and you got to feel for them. They were the Div 3 premiers last year. They've been 5th, was it? They finished 5th.
Yeah, defeated Phantoms 4 versus 5, and then as the lowest winner, they went on to play the top team, Hillbillies, last week, and defeated the Hillbillies 10-8.
The undefeated Hillbillies lost 10-8 to the team that is now losing 34-0.
That's probably making it a bit hard for Raz to.
Do you blame the coach for that, Mark?
I think they're looking for someone who thought up the draw, maybe.
Yeah. Well, strike is the first pitch. Was it a foul or was it a strike? I took
strike.
my eye for 1 second.
Swing and strike.
Marcellus Analunga is back on the stripe for the Tigers. The defense hasn't had much to do because the only base runner advanced on the wild throw from the pitcher. Every other batter retired by a strikeout. Dylan Reid fouls this one off.
Dylan's had a tough time in the field, but let's hope he can make some contact with the bat. He got a good swing on that one.
Oh, this is Ethan Scott, one of the bench
Ethan
players.
Scott.
Yeah. The crowd alerted me to that one. Outside, and ball is called. What are we looking forward to in the Div 1 game? What's the matchup that you guys like?
I think it'll be a real pitcher's duel. Scotty Humphreys for the USC Bears, are well known around the traps in softball circles, Scott. And Dennis Williamson for the Hillbillies, a veteran of the league and a very clever, puts a lot of rotation on the ball, Dennis.
Well, Analunga
He's walking.
has walked to the lead-off. This could be the big comeback.
Yes.
Lead-off walk.
And the Bears have played the short game a lot during the season, so it'll be interesting to see how they go with that. And bunting's not normally played too much at NAMSA on the grass.
Well, I was talking to my old mate Carson Scott, who joined us for the commentary at the state championships. He said he doesn't know why, but he put his hand up to play A grade this year. Is that most of the players from the Bears, you know, who have played more than a few seasons? I'm looking down their batting order. The two Pendleton boys, Rowan Hughes and Theoden Sterling. You know, they've all got an ability.
Yeah.
Oh, so we've just missed the stolen base attempt, and that batter is out at first for a strikeout. So
he dropped the third strike.
effectively a double play, but because the runner was occupying first base, he's an automatic out. And then Chris Taylor gets the 2 to 3 on Ethan Scott. So now we're just down to the final out.
And
Chris Taylor.
Chris Taylor comes up for his second turn at bat.
Strikeout victim. First strikeout victim of the game from Marcellus, and he swings and misses that one.
Come on, Chris. You can do it, Chris.
Good pick up there.
So just 1 out away now, the Tigers, from their premiership. We might try and capture the excitement of the winning premiership after this play, and then we'll cut it out so we can get ready and prepared for the Div 1 Grand Final coming up in 30 minutes time.
I reckon that game's going to be a ripper game as well.
So stay tuned, stick around. We'll come back in half an hour at the completion of this game and
Grab some lunch.
Oh, you, Chris.
you can grab something from Bar 66 in the Red Stars
That's it.
Cafe as Marcellus and Alunga strikes out Chris Taylor. It has been a dirty day for the Gawler Giants, and the Tigers.
Their first bit of silverware at the NAMSA comp, so well done to the Tigers.
And there you have it. That's the scoreline, 34-0 in favour of the Tigers. Congratulations to the NAMSA B grade champions for 2022-23 season. We'll see you in half an hour.
Thank you.